Okay, so I think we're alive. Okay, I just gotta wait. Be a patient little wolfie. Yes. This towel on my head is really annoying me. Like, I washed my hair earlier and it's just like, oh my god, it's really annoying. Like, terribly annoying. Like, my back is soaked with this bloody towel because. Oh, got my headphone. Hold on. Just trying to fix this towel. It's really pissing me off. God. That was probably just ear rape all of a sudden. Ear rape alert. Oh, it's put my Okay. Oof. Okay, so I'm not starting story time yet. I may have started stream yet, but I'm not starting story time. Story time will be in a minute. Once I get confirmation from this special guest of mine, if he wants to still be my special guest, that he is going to be still it. Sort of a waiting time. I don't know how the fuck to put music on. So yeah, we'll just wait patiently. Just chill, I guess. 'Cause why not? And no viewers, yay! That's how popular I am. Literally how popular I am. That face is scary. Just sort of chilling here. Thinking about waiting is actually really boring. No offense. Hating for things. It's like not being mean, but I like, especially when it's food. Oh my god, I hate waiting for food. Just stand there for ages, like, hurry up with my food. No, Nessa. Just to my mum. I'll just be like, Mum, hurry up with my food. I should be live anyway. Whether something should happen or not, or if I should start story time, or if I should wait. I don't know what to do. No. Seemingly very awkward. This is the first actual story time with Jimmy, or JimJams as I call myself. Loving life, just chilling here. So if I get a call from my brother during this, I'll probably just be like, "Oh, you're in the stream. Welcome to the stream." I swear my hands have gotten thinner. It's really weird to say, but I swear I have. Oh well. I don't want to start story time, but then I kind of do, but then I don't. Which is mainly I really don't want to, but I kind of like want to. Like a smidge. But not really much. It's just like fun. Like very much fun because I'm sat here talking to myself. To know I'm waiting for story time to start. Really weird and really awkward. Which is when I'm trying to find the person actually, because I sent a link to this person to my channel. Really shy. Just chilling. Okay, just sort of alone right now. Fun. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, yay. Okay, so finally got a reply. Woo, yay. Now I can change the title. This would literally just be called Cringy Moments. Or Cringiest Stream Ever. With JimJams. So finally have this special guest. He has said yes. Now this person wants it done. I did. 0 viewers still. That's amazing. Stayed on. I've always actually stayed nearly on. Yeah. 0 viewers. I'm amazing at streams, literally. Like, no one wants to watch me. I am amazed with myself for that. I swear that I'm going to start getting new thumbnails and everything for this. and a new streamer because I need new streaming software and I need new stuff technically. I'm not going to start Patreon for that crap. I'm going to save up my own money. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know what the heck I'm on about right now, but oh well. I feel it's 6:55 p.m. and it's like really bright outside and lovely and sunny, blue skies all around. And I'm literally sat in the house doing nothing but streaming. Lovely. Really silent right now. Gotta keep the nonsense up. What's that here doing nothing? I'm waiting for story time to start. Oh crap. Press on stuff that I shouldn't, like settings and that stuff on my tablet, and I'm just like, really? I don't even know how long I've been on for. Is okay, 12 minutes ago. So I've been on for like 12 minutes, sat here doing nothing. Maybe I should have started the stream once I had sorted stuff out. That would have been actually a very good idea. But no, me being the one with the dumb ideas, I'd started and then sat here for 12 minutes, being a loner, talking to myself. I make great life choices. Amazing life choices I make. Oh, one viewer, yay. Has finally arrived. Don't know who it is, but a human being. Or it could be an alien. One of the two, actually. Or anything. It could be anyone. Okay. And apparently back to 0. Okay, this was amazing. Great. Literally, don't know if I should start or not. Don't know how I was supposed to do this either. Wish I knew how this stuff works. And I generally didn't know who actually popped on and was like the one watcher ever. And I'm just like, yes, finally someone is just like gone. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. being really awkward. Else actually joins right now. I am sorry that I am not doing a story time right at this moment. I am literally just sat here waiting. But I am happy to answer questions. Because I'm stupid like that. I make the worst life decisions ever, basically. Like starting a stream, God knows how minutes before you should be. Before you've even got everything sorted out. That's how great my life decisions are. Just realised I only had 1 meal today. Oh. And I was like, while I was watching a different stream, which scared the crap out of me because it was. There's a story behind this, but I don't want to say the story because it just ruins the whole time of story time. Everything I basically probably say has a story behind it, but I can't say the story because I have to wait for a special guest. And I don't know how this special guest wants to even do this. How confusing my life is. Wish I had some sort of music source. Just play music, everyone, and then just like don't have to have my cringy voice for like God knows how long now. But me being a noob, I don't even know how to work a simple streaming thing. I literally had to ask for help. I might start story time, but I don't want them to get angry at me for not starting like with them, but starting without them. So it's like, do I? Do I not? What like basically questioning myself. So basically, I'm just sat here, literally doing nothing, waiting for something to happen. I'm 5, and I don't even have much time. So great story time. Right, I think I need to start story time now. Story time might need to start now. I don't know how I'm going to do this with the special guest, but I think I really need to start this story time now because of the time that I have left. I could got like an hour left. Okay, one person watching. Hello there. Again, don't know who it is. Hello there. I know you. You are from the T-Lord streams. I think I remember you. Welcome to Storytime. Please stay. I don't want to be on my own, literally being weird. Anyway, this is basically a new thing that I've thought of. And basically it's like story time, and I will sometimes have special guests with me. This time, as the first one, I've asked someone to be my special guest, and they have said yes. I've just confirmed it with them. They've also said yes, and they've just literally left me hanging right now. I don't know what they're doing. Hold on. Let me just be a bit of a time waster here, because I don't know how long I've got left till family come back. Okay, so I might have to start now. I will literally make up to this person. And this special guest isn't here yet. I don't think. I had to choose like a Friday, didn't I? A scary story. Oh. Well, I'm not one of making up stories, but I might have like a bit of like. Because basically, for the story time that I was thinking, I was like, all right, maybe I might be able to tell some stories that have happened to me, or maybe to this special guest who should be here. Don't know what he's doing. So I might start now. Okay. So I will make it up to Leah. Anyway, so see if I've got to try and think of what happened, like a scary story, because I'm no good at making stories. Actually, no, this is when happened. I'm going to tell you, like, it might not be a story, but it's something that happened during one of Luke's live streams. I think it was one of the Resident Evil ones. It's basically. Oh, 2 watches now. Hello. Really awkward. So basically, I was sat down watching one of Luke's live streams, and it was a Resident Evil one, Resident Evil 7. And because of course I was eating my favorite sandwich. My favorite sandwich is cheese and onion, yeah? Don't judge me on that. I love cheese and onion sandwiches, and anything that's cheese and onion, basically. And I was eating that, and I got scared. I was like, all right, I don't know, like, what? So I asked them, like, can you wait till I'm finished? So I finished, and then I had to eat my dinner. Don't know how long after. So I did my dinner. I think this was on a different day. Or dinner. Can't remember. I've got a brain like a puddle. That made no sense. Oh well. So yeah, I was eating my dinner. I was like, it was during the part where he had to kill. What's his name? I forgot his name. The weird, the dad, the one that they called Daddy. Like, this is like God knows how many times I'd say that word. Anyway, so I think it was part of that time, and basically what happened was I was eating, and I said, right. And then after I had finished my dinner, I was like, because this is the time that I was saying it, I said, right, I said to him, I'm proud of myself, and because I hadn't exactly thrown up or anything, which is quite an achievement for me. And then he scared me today with those bloody Five Nights at Freddy's rip-off with game thingy, majiggies, whatever you call them. Because I am stupid like this. I don't know what to name things. That was probably the worst story ever. But do not get me wrong, and this is my first time ever doing a story time. Hence the title, JimJams' first story time. I don't know who the second watcher is. It's probably me. I don't know. Like, ooh, spooky. Spooky. That was cringy as hell. Oh, that's effort. What you wait, hold on. Do you want me to read a scary story from online? I'm good at reading. I can read. I learned. I'm a good child. Wait, this is a question. Do you want me to read a scary story from online? Because I'm probably going to scare myself. Do you want me to read one from offline? Because I'm happy to do that. Sorry if I've gone quiet. I'm literally looking on my thing. I found a website called The Moonlit Road. I could obviously read right now, guys. I think these stories that I found online are real. Okay, so you have a scary story. Well, these are campfire tales that I found. Not exactly with a campfire. And welcome, second watcher. And I know this second watcher. I don't know how to spell. Yeah, I could obviously speak as well. I don't know how to say your Twitter name, so I'm just going to name you Dear. Your name's going to be Dear now, second watcher. And by the way, Dear, your name's going to be Dear. If you don't mind. Sort out my headphone, it's really weird. If I just ear raped you, everyone. Definitely ear raped me. Hold on. Okay, I switched ears. Where my special guest is. This is really upsetting. I don't know where he is. Dear, I think you know who I'm on about because like he's like my first one. I remember doing a story time with, but I don't know where he is since he's like somewhere. We'd love to hear all your guys' scary stories, and if you want, I can read them out because I can obviously read with my reading skills. Yes. Dear, it's Puffball, right? Okay. It's my Puffball, who I'm waiting for. I don't know where he is right at the minute. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I said that he could be like, if I asked if he wanted to be my guest, but like, I don't know where he is, and I keep saying like, that is the worst word I've ever heard. It's just like. Oh well, that's What do you mean it doesn't let you type in the chat? And by the way, Super Mario. Wait, I remember your name. Your name's Shannon, isn't it? Your name's Shannon. I swear it is because I hear Luke say it, and you said it. By the way, I'm just talking to someone in my the second watcher is Dear. Dear's my friend, and Dear is actually messaging me on Twitter right now because Dear can exactly speak in chat. I don't know why. And yes, Dear, it is Puffball. I don't know where Puffball is actually. One, two. Which went from 1 to 2. From 2 to 1 to 2. Can I read this out, please? Your name is Shannon. Okay. I do remember your name because, last streams you said your name. Right, I'm gonna read this out if you don't mind. This is what Shannon says, guys, right? You can probably see, but I don't care. One day, a man built a tower for his wife so she can see New York. One day she went up there. She saw her husband kiss another woman. She cried, then jumped off the tower. Oh, why did she the poor woman. Okay, I read it, by the way. Why did she jump off the tower? What? That's, I'm so confused. I'm more confused on where my puffball is. And Shannon, if you're wondering who my puffball is my boyfriend, basically. Back to One Watcher. Anyway, I don't really mind. Basically, my puffball is my boyfriend. If you're wondering, Shannon. And I don't know where he is. Because I think he's missing. Wait, hold on. One day a man built a tower for his wife. So he built a tower for his wife. I'm trying to get this in my head. So this man had married a woman and basically built a tower for her to see New York. Actually, I want to go to New York one time. Don't know when, but it seems really nice. One day she went up there and she saw her husband kiss another woman. Someone built a tower for his wife to see New York. And the woman who's married to this man looked out of a window, I'm guessing, and saw her husband kiss a strange woman, another one. And then she cried, and then she jumped out the tower. Sorry, I was just trying to get that in my head, because I'm really dumb. I just got a message. You should read fan fiction. Okay, problem with fan fiction and me. I have read fan fiction. I don't think I want to read it again. I am sorry, but I don't think I want to read any fan fiction again. And I don't. Okay, so we're gonna go and check out a thing that I used to have. Now, this website is called Wattpad. You probably know Wattpad anyway. But Wattpad, I used to have an account. I forgot. I think it was Ice. Yeah. So I'm trying to vaguely remember who. I'm never reading fan fiction again if No, I swear, if I wake up and literally find, if someone asks me to read fan fiction again, I'm going to burn it. All of it. No offense to fan fiction people who write fan fiction or read fan fiction. It's just the amount of detail and like what happens in it that I really don't like. But if it's like a simple one, like someone meets someone, go in the bedroom, do stuff. Like if it's not that detailed, what the heck? Hi, welcome to story time. This is me basically ranting about fan fiction right now because I just came in and had burn it. Basically what I was talking about. Shannon, I'm sorry, but you can't exactly ask me to be a moderator. For you to be a moderator, you have to prove yourself, be trustworthy and everything. It probably goes for the same for Luke. Sorry about that, Shannon, but I don't exactly grant moderator to random people that I don't know. Anyway, welcome to 3 people. Oh, wow. Oh, not 2. Anyway. It's basically what I was on about Ungraceful Swan. Was basically someone in my messages, because they cannot exactly like chat in the chat, they had said you should read fan fiction, and I had said no because fan fiction is my worst enemy. I dislike fan fiction. And then I basically said burn it because I said if I have to read a fan fiction, I'm going to burn all of it. And I will burn it because I'm not being mean to any people who do fan fiction and everything. I mean, they're good at stories and writing and everything better than me. I just dislike it. Me rambling on. Right, I'm gonna look for a scary story online because I am like that. Because I am. Oh, I found something. What was. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're still watching. Okay, so I am now on a thing called Reddit. I have never heard of Reddit. For me, I support people no matter what they like, but when it comes to fan fiction and they want me to read it, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't like that crap. Which sounds very rude. Yeah, I'm probably like that as well, but it's like fan fiction isn't really my thing, and it probably isn't your guys either. But if it is, then no harassment. Okay, so maybe I can't read scary stories. Okay, off of Reddit. Right, we're gonna go look for scary stories because I am a bitch like that, and I will literally look up anything off them. I don't know where Ace is. Ace is what I need. I need Ace because I said that he's my special guest, but he's not here. He probably is, but I don't know how I'm gonna do story time with him. Oh my god, what have I done? Creepypastas. Yeah, and do you want me to read from it? I mean, I don't mind. Hold on, I found a website. Okay, I looked around. What the hell are these pictures? It's a dead hand. Cold as clay. Sounds clinkety clink. Just to search for it, and it's easy to find. Okay, but I'm kind of one Sunday morning. Burning feet. Okay. The babysitter. Green rip. That is a creepy face. Oh, creepypastas. Yeah, I will read creepypastas. The funny thing, the first time I ever heard of creepypasta, I thought it's not my thing. I just said Because memes. Okay. Oh, jeez. Shut up about that, dear. Jeez. If you're wondering why I'm going, you probably know about this Ungrateful Swan, but like Ungraceful. I keep getting your name wrong. I'm really sorry. I'm just gonna call you Swan from now on. Hello, Swan. Swans are nice. I like swans, even though they bite you. Just like geese, but oh well. Is it called Creepypasta? Okay. I spelled that wrong. I still spelled that wrong. You also call me by mystery, but I also by Swan now. Yeah, by me. You're now going by Swan, but I will call you Swan. No, wait, what? Is it www.creepypasta.co.uk? Okay. Is this just basically got stories you can read? Because this, I'm reading, like, Train Man. Can I read one called The Train Man? Yeah, I know, right, this? Jace is alive, guys. Yay. Don't know where he is, but oh well. I'm gonna read one called The Train Man. For me, it's not the UK version, but it's very easy to find and it's just a bunch of creepypasta. Okay, I'm gonna read one called The Train Man. Oh, credit goes to the writer. Here we go. This is not my story at all. I opened the front door of the old house where I grew up and felt the old aroma of dust rush into my nose. Okay. That first sentence actually gives you the vibe of a creepy house. Because creepy houses probably have a lot of dust. Even couldn't think of old house. Amazing. The first step I make makes the rickety board beneath me creak eerily. I can't read. I make my way towards the stairs and begin to walk up them. The entire house was only a shell of the once lively previously stood. Only a distant memory of good times and bad. Only a reminder of me. I read that wrong. Only a reminder to me of the train man. Who is this train man? I don't know. Don't ask me. One day when I was just a boy. Okay, apparently this person in the story is a boy. In the old house, me and my brother decided to investigate the tree house that my mother had briefly mentioned that our uncle had built out in the woods. I entered the woods that day, not knowing what I would find or who I would see. Please grab popcorn, because I'm probably going to scream and chuck my tablet against the wall and break it, because even reading scary stories gets me pretty scared. Hence the name. I'm stupid. I forgot what it was. We roamed an old trail for. Wait, we roamed an old trail for close to an hour before running before the surroundings around us became greatly unfamiliar. I knew not to panic, so not to frighten my younger brother. I quickly began to assess the situation. I got to go back. Okay, bye. Hope you had your little time here. I'm learning to read. Begin to all around us, tall trees stood, peeking through the clouds of faintly touching heaven. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a wooden building in the trees, and without acknowledging my brother, I began to walk towards it. There sat the tree house in the forest, high in the sky, ever so powerful. We climbed a ladder to the tree and entered the tree house. Inside on the wall were posters that told stories of my uncle's past, the great the ground full of toys of childhood. On the desk inside sat magazines and books almost falling apart from age. I noticed one was a private notebook left behind by my uncle. Everything in here was full of wonder, and me and my brother thought of this place out of very own sanctuary, our very own Mount Olympus. There's one watcher. Oh my god. I don't know where Ace is still. Ace is. But again, these aren't my stories. Credit goes to this person. Our immersion ended as quickly as it began, when, with my mother's voice beckoning through the trees for us to return home. Me and my brother slowly left the place where my uncle's childhood lives, and I allowed my younger sibling to race ahead of me home. As I slowly walked towards the back of my house, the faint crushing of a leaf behind me startled me beyond comprehension. I got a weird, eerie feeling that someone's in here. Don't know why, but I have that feeling. I spun around swiftly to see only the trees and the cold, dead ground. I shut my eyes all around the area and saw nothing until I looked back at my uncle's treehouse. In the small window hole, I saw a glimpse of a man more than 3 times my age staring down at me hauntingly. Dark, dead black eyes with wild hair held only back by a train conductor's hat. The dark green, disgusting teeth that slowly grew into a grisly smile. The train man's grin threw me backwards and tripped me on a tree root. I could barely climb the tree back onto my feet, sprint back towards my house, not even daring to look behind at the demon that lived in my uncle's past. Later at my house, I hugged my mother harder and with more fear in me than ever before, and what I told her about the train man, she got angry with me and told me to never bring him up again. I stood shocked that she would ignore my childhood fear so evilly, and do little to console me on the traumatic experience that I just dealt. My brother looked at me like I was crazy and did not believe me when I told him a man was in our uncle's treehouse. I was worried that I had not really seen the train man, that I did not really see a figure ominously smiling at me from the old treehouse. I was worried that I was crazy, but even more so, that he was going to get me. Well, fear blocked most of all the thought in my mind about the train man. Curiosity also lurked within me. I wonder if my uncle knew about the train man. If my mother secretly knew about the train man, I had no proof of his existence, but maybe something in the treehouse could help me in discovering more about him. This is a lot of reading. I don't know who's still watching, but thank you, I guess. Or it's probably just me. Whatever. Hello there, LPS Beanie. I'm just reading online a creepypasta story called The Train Man. I'm a bit into it, but welcome to the stream. Where was I? It took almost 2 weeks for me to even pull together enough courage to even step foot in the deep and mysterious woods behind my house. But when I did, an invisible force made me continue onward towards the treehouse. I had no memory of how to get to there, but somehow I found my way through the shadows of the trees. I stood under the treehouse. Yeah, I know, right? I was supposed to be with a special guest, but of course that special guest has gone somewhere. I don't know where he is. And I know that Deer's still here. Deer's just messaging me through Twitter, as Deer cannot exactly chat because of YouTube is somehow not letting Deer chat. But I don't know where my special guest is, so I'm just reading this. And yeah. Hope you enjoy your stay, I guess. I stood under the treehouse, and it looked down on me like a powerful demon, ready to strike my well-being at any moment. I cautiously climbed the ladder with my eyes closed tight. Why would you close your eyes? Between the old wood for dear life. As soon as my head reached the floor's entry hall, my eyes opened, and the world I had entered once before made itself aware of me. Whew, this is a lot of reading. My first instinct was to go to the desk and open my uncle's private notebook. I pulled open a random page, saw writings my uncle had made. They explained things he did and saw, dreams he had and wanted, and told the tale of an experience not so different from my own. My uncle wrote that he and his friend too saw a homeless man sitting on the railroad tracks in the road, drinking beer, rambling to himself. He stared at him cautiously and laughed when he began to doze off. When he saw them, he got aggressive and threw his bottle at them. They sprinted away back into the forest and went back to the safety of my uncle's house. One person again. My uncle called him the train man, which is where I first thought to call him that. A simple name, I thought, for a man so eerily frightening. At the time, I had no proof that man I saw in the treehouse, but I knew that he was in fact the train man. While reading the notebook, I heard a raspy cough and distorted laugh beneath the treehouse. My heart began to beat faster. Then a butterfly's wing inside my chest. A warm fear started to spread. I did not dare to go towards the exit hole and seemed to look for something in terms of protection. I looked in a box beneath the desk. I found a small pocket knife and pulled it out fast. As soon as I got the knife out in a protection position, years of rust blade to fall off the handle and slide through the cracks of the floor. After a moment had passed, a loud and evil crackle shot at me as the sound of crumpled leaves started towards the ladder. I could nothing else besides get to a corner and pretend to look dead. I didn't know what to do. What he was going to do to me, or what my fate would be once the trainman had me. I pulled myself into a small ball and began to sob deeply. Maybe he won't hurt me because I'm only a kid, I thought. Maybe he'll show some mercy. I heard the creaks of each board being stepped on and the excited and warm breathing of the trainman slowly coming towards me. The trainman got up through the floor and stood. His eyes were so tight that I couldn't see anything, but I could feel his presence as if it was my own. I felt his foot step on the ground fiercely towards me, and I could smell his disgusting, dank aroma. Holding a bottle of beer, wearing his old hat, cloaking himself in an old train conductor's uniform, all while his deep, remarkable black eyes stared at me, and his terrifying smile showed the dark green teeth sitting on his jaws. The trainman grabbed my neck from the back of my neck and held me like a prize. He grabbed my throat and stopped me from breathing. He pulled my face level with his own and croaked, "Look at me, boy, I am the trainman." He bellowed this again and again until I finally sprung my eyes open and stared into his deep black marbles. Know me, fear me, and always remember me, the trainman's voice transferring onto my face like a blanket of musk, and forced me to cough fearfully. "Who am I?" the trainman said. This, with the look of absolute hate in his eyes, with the face of death claiming another soul. "Who am I? Answer me now, boy." I surely told him what you wanted to hear, what I dreaded having to say. The trainman's evil grin returned, and he dropped me to the floor with a thud. I began to cry deeply and shut my eyes again. Above me, the trainman's laugh rocked my head into a daze, and I began to drift off into a sleep. When I woke, it was dark. Jesus Christ, how much right? Oh, we're nearly done. Bandages on my face. Oh, found it. The window copy was dark, and the only light was from the moon gleaming softly out of the window through the trees. I stood up and walked over to the desk to retrieve my uncle's notebook. As I walked home, I could constantly hear the rustling of leaves and the sounds of loud footsteps, but none of this would scare me. Nothing could ever be more frightening than look into the large, deep, dark, lifeless black eyes of the train man. At that moment, I promised myself to never return to the treehouse, to never again open my uncle's notebook. I took the notebook and I hid it under a floorboard in my attic and made sure nobody would ever find it again. That day was a long time ago, more than 20 years. Now I stand in the hallway of the house, where I grew up, looking at the door to the room where I slept. I made sure not to stay here long, to only do what I had to do, then leave. Looking out from the hall, I see a small staircase appears from the ceiling. I climb up the stairs and walk towards the spot where I hid the notebook under the floorboard. After pulling off the floorboard and my hand through the darkness, I pull out my uncle's notebook. I glanced to the window to see the sun faintly setting through the trees. I don't have much time, I thought, and opened the first page of the book. Nothing concerning the train man was here. What was the next? I kept flipping through the book until I got to the part where a picture was drawn. It's the train man sitting against a tree, drinking and holding a knife. Beside the tree, a pair of small legs were jutting out, and a pool of blood is beginning to form from them. The page after the picture was something my uncle wrote, a story about him and my mother walking through the woods with a friend of theirs. The other day, when me and Michelle were walking down to the lake, this boy named Gerard asked us if we wanted to see something cool. It's either Michelle or Michael, I don't know. I was kind of nervous about it, but I told her it would be fine, and we walked with Jared. I don't know how to say these names. Jared to the railroad tracks. We walked along it for a few minutes before Jared told us to go this way, and he made us go into this one part of the woods. I started to get a little bit scared when he said this, but I didn't want Jared to think I was a baby. After a minute, Jared told us to be quiet and showed us a small wooden house on the ground. We slowly creeped over to it, and Jared told us to look into the small window on the outside. Inside, on a small dirty mattress, was the train man that me and Toby saw before, drinking on the railroad track. I didn't know why, but this scared me, and I almost started to cry. Jared book and lit one. Then tossed it into the window. Jared told us to run and wait behind a tree. We did, and after that moment, smoke began to come out through the windows. Jared could not stop laughing, and Michelle started to cry. I didn't know what to do, so I just started to grab Michelle's arm, slowly backed away. Suddenly, the train man ran out of his hut with a knife in his hand and started to look around. Jay, laughing and Michelle's crying, gave us away immediately, and he ran over to us. Me and Michelle ran away, but Jared just stood there laughing. Michelle ran away to the train tracks. But I stayed and watched the train man grab Jared by the throat and slammed him hard against the tree. Jared's feet were kicking. Why do I have to read so much? Jesus Christ, it's already been an hour. Right. I don't know who's watching still, probably you. I'm really tired after reading. I think my next story time will have to be with Ace, because I'm going to have to make it up to him. I got to a... Oh yeah. Jared's feet were kicking, but he did not scream. I could not see his face, so I assumed he was scared as I was. The trainman then rummaged through Jared's pockets and pulled out a matchbook and crumpled it in his hands. The trainman was still holding Jared by the throat, carried him over to the burning hut, and tossed him inside. The trainman wielded his knife and went inside after him. When I saw this, I ran away back towards the train track. After reading this, I realized that the trainman used to be just a homeless man living in the forest, but during my childhood became something spirit-like and more evil than before. Through the book, there were multiple tales of encounters with him, written by both my mother and my uncle. My mother had known about the trainman, I thought. I flipped to the very last written page in the notebook and found something my mother had written. It was written very sloppily and was almost a word that I don't even know. Adam is dead. The trainman killed him. We went back to see what happened to Jared, and we saw the trainman's dead body in the ash of his hut, and he came back to life. He got up from the ground and killed him with his knife. I couldn't do anything. He was so big. I'm telling Mum and everyone that he drowned in the lake and the river took him away. Nobody would ever believe me. I'm writing this so somebody knows, so somebody won't get killed by the trainman. I close the notebook and stand up. It's dark now. The moon is out and full. The heavy night is making itself very aware to me. I leave the house and head towards the wood where the trainman lives. Even though it's been over 20 years, I know how to get to the treehouse just easily, as I know how to get to work. I walked over every branch, every pile of leaves without a problem, as slowly the building on the top of the tree becomes present. Just checking my surroundings. What had once looked like Mount Olympus now looked like the fires of Hades. And without hesitation, I climbed the ladder up to the tree. I sat the notebook on the ground. I got out my lighter. I looked around to the treehouse and saw in the corner an empty bottle of beer. Behind me, the all too familiar sounds of the trainman's laugh filled me with an itch and dread. I turn around and there he stands. The same dirty train conductor's outfit, the same old hat, barely holding back the aggressively unkempt hair, and the same evil smirk shining brightly beneath these two pitch-black eyes. I quickly rush to the floor where the notebook lays and retrieve it. The trainman pulls out his knife from his overalls and puts it in a slashing position. I take the notebook and turn on the lighter on beneath it. This does little to slow the trainman down, but he slices my left arm, making me drop the notebook to the floor and making me fall backwards. The trainman's foot comes crashing down on my face, and I think my nose breaks. I could feel warm blood flowing from it, and then see his foot come down again. I'm a great daze at the moment, but still sober enough to see that notebook over in the corner and feel the light of being gripped tightly within my fist. I turn over on my stomach and start to crawl towards it. I get up off the ground, but I'm suddenly stopped by the trainman's blade piercing my side. I can't decide what hurts more. My arm, my nose, or my side. But I don't try to think about any of that, and try to keep making my way towards the notebook. The trainman begins to laugh loudly at me and then blows. You can't kill the trainman, boy. No one can kill the trainman. Hi, Tycho! Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, but I'm reading, and I really don't like reading. And I was supposed to be doing this with a person, but the special guest is not answering me, and I've finished the story since I started it, and I'm near the end. Did Luke stop streaming? Because I might pop over to his stream in a minute after I've stopped streaming. I know you're watching, dear. Just... So I don't know if Luke stopped or not. I ignore this and keep on towards the book. Just barely within my reach, I grab it and begin to burn a corner with my light. After a second, it catches flame and a small fire starts to grow from it. I turn around from the ground and look up at the trainman. And in my eerie delight, the trainman's uniform begins to catch ember. The trainman's face had lost its smile, and his dead eyes grew to have more life than ever before. I take the lighter and start to burn another corner, and suddenly the trainman's face started to burn. I know Luke's streaming. Right, I'll tell you this, Ty. Once I finish this story, I'm going to end the stream, and you can stay till the end, because I'm nearly finished. And I'm going to go back to Luke's stream. I don't know if Luke's still here. Not Luke. If you're still here, can you please tell Luke that I'll be there in a minute? Literally. Like, I'll be there in a few minutes. And some of his skin started to peel off. The trainman stumbled backwards. Into the corner, and just as the fires of the notebooks grew in the center of it, a hot fire engulfed the trainman. The trainman burned fully before my eyes, but I couldn't believe that this would kill him. From the ground, I slowly stand up and grab the knife from the trainman's hand, and I stab him in the heart. The knife stays in his chest, and the fire inside of him turns the trainman's eyes into a dark blood red. And right before the trainman turned to ash, looks at me and smiles. I leave the treehouse and walk towards my old house without looking back, without being afraid of him coming back. Back at the house, I get into my car and sit before I drive away from my old house, before I leave a collection of childhoods, and I say goodbye to the trainman. So yeah, this is literally the end of the trainman. Okay, Luke, there is a streamer who I am friends with. Luke is also on Twitter, and his name is spelled with LUK3. And yeah. I feel really bad now because I've literally just left Ace alone, and I'm really upset about that now. And I literally just messaged him saying I'll make up to him. Send a link to him. What, of my stream? I'm gonna end the stream now though. And basically Luke is streaming right now, so I don't think he wants to be watching me instead, because this story time was an absolute fail. I am sorry that this was a fail, but I'm gonna make it up to Ace, I promised him, and I feel really bad now. Yeah, but Luke is streaming. Do you want me, what do you want me to send a link to him? I mean, we can go check his stream out. Do you want me to go check his stream out? Okay, we're gonna go see his stream. Because this is what I think he is. We're gonna go see his stream. So I think he's streaming for the joy of creation. Oh, you want a link to his stream? I said that. Well, I mean, I could live stream him live streaming. Live streamception. Is he still playing Pop Goes? Let's do live streamception. I'm scared because I don't like his live streaming thing. Like, I don't like his. Turn down my volume. Is it on 100? I'll go wait for my things. On me, it's actually like changing. So if someone jump scare, I'm gonna scream. I might back up because I don't know what's happening. Right. I'm good. Yeah. We're good. Right, I'm gonna end stream. And then I'm gonna send you a link on Twitter. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I will probably have Ace join me next time because I feel really bad, so I'm gonna make up to him. So yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.